When we talk about the disease of obesity, there is a genetic component. We know that. It's not the same as a blue-eyed gene or a brown-eyed gene or a red-haired gene or a blonde-haired gene or a blonde hair that goes gray-haired gene. But there is a genetic component, and it's called the FTO gene, and it was initially discovered actually in mammals in the 1990s and during the human genome study, where we had a big push to figure out all the genes in the human being, and we have that now. So what researchers did is they were looking for what are the genetic predispositions to diabetes. So we want to find out the diabetes gene. So they looked at it and discovered it was in this FTO gene. But when they looked closer, it wasn't really diabetes they'd found, it was obesity. And for the longest time, we haven't known what it was up to. So researchers from the United Kingdom have given us a fantastic article and insight into this. And what they did is they took human subjects that were young and not necessarily obese, and they looked at what their genetics were. And there are names like Big A, which were the people predisposed to obesity, and then Big T and Big T, and there were other combinations as well. And what they found is that people who had the Big A gene, their body makes ghrelin in a different way. So there's more of it, and not only that, but the brain itself is more sensitive to this hormone called ghrelin. And also, the brain itself, they looked at these functional MRIs so they could see what parts of the brain were lighting up. And it turns out that parts of the brain were lighting up different, and they had to do with hunger and satiety, and also reward and goal-driven behaviors. And it was physiologically different. If you had the certain genetic combination, your brain functioned different to food cues. So what we do know is ghrelin is a hunger hormone, and ghrelin sets your metabolism up to store energy, and we know that the FTO gene affects ghrelin. Whether or not that forces somebody to become obese, it probably doesn't, but we do know that it's one component of the disease. So what we know is there is a genetic component. It causes the brain to function differently around food, and we know that ghrelin and changes in ghrelin is involved in this. It's exciting stuff, and there should be more coming. I'm Dr. Robert Woodbury at Healthy Steps.